Hello, I'm on. I'm on. Where are you? Hello, Soundwave Man. Hello, everybody. It's not particularly the best lighting. Is that better? Not really needed. Hey, that might be a bit better. And again, might not. Hello, look at that, 36 people, blimey, 36 people in already. Right, so, good morning, good morning, good morning. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way this morning. Share, copy the link. I'm just going to share it a couple of places first. As we're talking, 500,000 job losses. 500,000 in 48 hours. Poof, gone. That's what we're talking about today. Because I feel like it. 500,000 bloody job losses in 48 hours. All your other stuff's going to be cancelled. Glastonbury, all the lot, everything's going to go, I reckon. Just bear with me. I've got to figure out where I am. So let's just get that posted in. Right, so there we go. Let's come out of there. 127? Get out of it. 127 people watching. I ain't even started yet. So, yes, I ain't even started. Friend requests. We've got to just accept these quickly, and then once we've accepted these, we'll post, and then we'll start, and that's it. So, there we are. Hello everybody, hello Ailey. Who are we going to say hello to this morning? Popcoin's in, hello Popcoin. Adam, we've never had so many people watching us all in one go. Look at this. Will, look at them all. All the original bandits are here. Nice to see you, Lorna, Patricia, nice to see you, Disney. Anybody I've missed? Marco, Matt C. And everybody. Look at that. Fantastic. Alexa, turn it down. Alexa, turn it down. I've just affected the Alexa in everybody's house by saying that. So this is absolutely mental. Can you see that? Unless I'm looking at something that's not quite right, there's 206 people watching us live right now on YouTube, and the number's just going up. That's just unbelievable. Anyway, so Every time you hear it first here, breaking news on the Great British Coin Hunt. We're just a coin company, that's all. We're just a little business trying to sell coins and stay afloat and stay in business. With all sorts of trouble we've had from the Royal Mint and 288 Group and all the rest of it. And we come down to something as ridiculous and as scary and as worldwide as the coronavirus, and still you get the up-to-date here. No one's told you that yet, have they? 500,000 people across the country, across the UK, last 48 hours, job gone. Can you imagine that? And some of you watching right now, and leave a comment if you have, some of you people right now have just lost your job. We had to say goodbye to Kelly last week. We lost somebody last week. Was it last week, Logan, or 2 weeks? 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago we lost Kelly. We're keeping hold of Logan by the skin of our teeth. I don't know how we're managing to do that, neither does he sometimes, but he's still here. Taking all my physical abuse, not physical abuse, verbal abuse, not physical abuse, didn't mean that. I meant taking all my verbal abuse and everything. So yeah, what a situation we're in now, and I've been saying to people for your shopping and everything else, we're getting conflicting information at the moment. I mean, last night they said quite clearly that there were drastic measures put into place overnight. Even last week, I heard them say that they put a grant up available last week, but Logan says it's not available till next week. So I might have misheard it, but I thought I heard them say it was available last week, and they've put this massive amount of money up now, £350 billion, and a lot of businesses can access it. Well, I can't find anything to access at the moment. There's nothing to access. They said to phone the bank. We've phoned the bank, and the bank have got nothing to tell us. You know, there is no emergency money to be able to tap into, like they keep telling us there's this emergency money to tap into. There isn't. Or it's there and they're making it available, but it is not available for small people like me to access immediately. So what you're going to get now is you're going to get not hundreds, not thousands, you're going to get tens of thousands of small businesses go, and they're going to start going now. You know, and some of them have gone already. Some of them have gone already. I mean, the coronavirus was enough to tip over the airline. That's gone. What was the airline? Ryanair, was it, Logan, that went bust? EasyJet. Oh, no. EasyJet or Ryanair, one of them just went bust, didn't they? It's a loan, people will have to pay it back. Yeah, but I don't care. You know, I mean, there will be businesses that are going to go, there's going to be businesses, I can promise you, that will take one look at this and go, do you know what, it's not worth me fighting, borrowing money that I'm going to struggle to pay back. I'm just going to quit. And there'll be an awful lot of businesses that just call it a day. And this is a good excuse to call it a day. It's a good excuse for me to call it a day, let's face it. You know, I mean, those of you that have followed us for a long time, I mean, we've got 238 people watching us right now, so a lot of you have no idea what I'm even talking about and what troubles we've been through. But it would make it really easy for me right now to go, that's it, going to call it a day, going to go bankrupt. It would be cheaper, it would be easier, it would be less stressful. I could even have a holiday. It would make things so easy for me right now to just call up the benefits and say, that's it, done. And I can understand that from a business point of view. I can understand an awful lot of businesses out there now going, yeah, I'm not going to even try. It's not worth it to me. So I'm one of the people that is just a little bit more stupid, not as sensible as most, and I'll fight until I've got no fight left. And so I ain't going to give up. I'm one of the ones that won't give up, no matter what. But there will be people that will give up. And you can't blame them for giving up. Not now. Not now, because I'll take the money. I'll take whatever money I can get. I'll take it at whatever interest rate they give me. I don't care, as long as I stay in business. At the moment, all I care about is paying Logan's wages, and then paying my wages, and then paying the bills of the business to keep us running. All of the bills, everything, right down to investors, everything. That's my focus. That's my priority and number one importance. He's first, because without him, poof, the work ain't going to get done. So he's first, I'm second, and then the bills, and any bills that we have that have got to get paid. So I don't care what interest rate they give me, I'll sign up to it. There just ain't nothing for me to sign up to right now. That's the unfortunate thing, is that the information that they're giving out only applies to massive businesses, people that can have some kind of direct line to the government or whatever, or these departments. But at the moment, there is nothing set up. And even the person, I spoke to the bank this morning, just talking about an overdraft. Okay, they've told me to phone the bank. I'm phoning the bank. I need you to help me. I'm in dire straits. Let's at least get an overdraft. I've never had an overdraft in all the time I've had the bank account. So we just went through an entire process in order to get an overdraft. I still can't get an answer. And I'm talking to somebody about some emergency funding on the end of the phone to Santander, who hasn't even seen the news. So doesn't know what the Chancellor said, doesn't know what the Prime Minister has said, and can only reiterate to me over and over and over again the fact that they haven't got any information yet, and nothing has been set up yet, and the Prime Minister or whatever hasn't spoken to the banks yet because they've got no information, even though he was saying last night he's given all this information out and they've spoken to the banks and the banks are on board. The banks ain't on board. As of today, what is it, Wednesday the 18th of March, the banks ain't on board. You know, I've got a proper business account with the Santander, so it should be one phone call. They should know exactly, it should have filtered down. I should make one phone call. If there is any emergency funding whatsoever, it should be available to me right now on that phone call, and then some kind of money pumped into my account, because it's a proper business account. I've been running it for however many years, and so on. So there ain't that many checks to do, you know, apart from credit checks, etc., which I didn't pass and have now gone over to the underwriters, and now I have to find my accounts from previous years in order to somehow send a copy of those accounts over to the Santander, in order for them to put all of that through the underwriters, in order for them to maybe give me a bit more money. Absolute farcical. And I haven't got time for all of that, especially when I know they're not going to give it to me. So at the moment, it is really scary. It's scary for business owners, because the promises that we're being given immediately right now from their mouth on television live is not true. It's not true, or we're being led up the garden path a bit, you know, because there is nothing available, you know. And I can say that from various perspectives. I'm a disabled, vulnerable business person that employs somebody. So all of those things, they're telling us stuff's been put in place, people are being contacted. No, they're not. I'm not being contacted by disability, I'm not being contacted by the hospital. Not that I want to put extra work onto the bloody hospital, but I'm not being contacted by any department whatsoever. Not for anything, not for help with wages, not for help with disabilities, not for help with shopping, not for help with anything. So, and as soon as I am, I will let you know, so that everybody out there can maybe access a similar thing to what I might be able to access. Now, shopping, right? You're going to the supermarkets, and I've been saying this for weeks and all. You've been going to supermarkets, and you're going to start seeing the shelves empty, and now you're starting to see that. So, your first port of call, if you need it urgently, don't go to the supermarket. If you need things like cleaning materials, and toilet rolls and stuff like that, go to the corner shop. You've got a lot of corner shops around where you live. Get in a car and go round, and if you can't get in a car, try and get a lift. Right, stay away from the buses. Don't get on a bus, don't get on a train. Stay away from people. If you get a taxi, sit in the back seat. Got to start thinking about all these things now, right? If you care about someone and you want to touch them when you see them, elbow them. Little elbow, elbow. Right, we've got to start being a bit more sensible. And start thinking, not of now, but start thinking of a month's time, a week's time. Look how things have changed since last week. Just in a week, just in days, look how things have changed. Now, if you want to buy a lump of toilet rolls, and you know, people are taking a mickey out of this left, right and centre, but I don't think that people are panic buying like people are getting slagged off for panic buying. You're telling all of the vulnerable people that you want them to look after themselves for up to 4 months. 4 months. Do you and not go out and not do anything and not meet anybody and not interact or anything? Do you really think that anybody is going to isolate or self-isolate for a fortnight or months at a time and not think about things like toilet rolls? And you only need everybody, you only need, not everybody even, you only need a small percentage of people to go in and buy 1 extra week's worth of toilet rolls, and you've cleared the shelves, because they are a big, massive item. So when they disappear off the shelf, it looks bad. It's not as bad as it looks, but it looks bad. And that's what sets people off. People then think there's panic buying going on when there wasn't panic buying going on. And then the information given out about the toilet rolls, all that did was create panic. The media created panic. And so straight away in your inner cities, now you have got panic buying going on with the shopping trolleys going out of the doorway half a mile down the street. Why? All because it was blown up out of all proportion. There was no panic buying over toilet rolls. It's common sense. It's logical. You've only got to look. You can see. You only need 6 people to walk up and buy 1 extra big bag each, and you've suddenly cleared the shelf. Big hole, you know. So get into your corner shops. But for bigger items like that, forget the supermarkets, right? And forget your corner shops. You know, don't go to the corner shop if you want to buy 48 toilet rolls. Do you know what I mean? If you want to buy 48 or 96 toilet rolls, go on to Groupon. Ready, because they've been doing it for years. Buy it off of people that are geared up to do an immediate delivery to you. And they'll do it by post, and it will come by courier, where the bloke will drop it off at the door, and now you don't even have to sign the thing. And they will do that for you. It sort of froze then. I had to reconnect. It will do that. Whoops. Don't know why it's doing that. Problem with the Wi-Fi. You don't want to be touching things that are metal. So when they come to the door with the deliveries, just ask them to sign it for you. Don't touch it. Don't sign it yourself. And they won't mind, because they're used to it now. Already they're used to it. You know, even the post office are talking about putting the parcel down on the doorstep, stepping back, having this uniformly running across the country, ringing the bell, knocking on the door, and then stepping back, and so on. So, you know, but mail order for your big bulky stuff, right? Don't make yourself look greedy and stupid going into the supermarket to get 20 bottles of wine, when really 20 bottles of wine is not greedy. I don't think somebody buying 20 bottles of wine to last them a couple of months is greedy, right? But if you walk into a supermarket right now and go and get yourself 20 bottles of wine and put it in a shopping trolley, you're going to have 200 people looking at you muttering names. Why would you even put yourself in that position? If you're a wine drinker, for example, and the same applies to the toilet rolls and other stuff like that, go online and buy it. Go online and buy your 20 bottles of wine from a mail order wine supplier. Go online and buy it. you'll get your 20 bottles of wine delivered within a few days, and you're going to have nobody looking at you and pointing the finger. You know, I worked out, my wife, she likes a bottle of Cava. She drinks Cava, right? And I said to her last night, I was talking about this last night, and I said, I just want to put this into a bit of perspective. This is how my mind goes, right? This is how my mind hits it. I want to put this into a bit of perspective, I said to her. I said, you like a drop of Cava, and we're looking at 3 or 4 months. They're saying that we've got to self-isolate for 3 or 4 months because I come into that vulnerable category of my age, my condition, the operations, the stoma, the bowel thing, the heart attacks, seizures, all of that stuff. So I come into that vulnerable thing of you've got to self-isolate for 3 or 4 months. So I said to her, so just thinking about your Cava, right? I said, now you don't drink a bottle of Cava every day, but if you was to say a bottle of Cava every other day, for the self-isolation that we're doing, we would need to make sure that there was a bottle there. If you wanted to have a drink, you could have a drink, right? And she doesn't drink much. She only drinks like 1 or 2. So I think we might be back on. So yeah, so I was talking about, lost a few of you there. I was talking about the Cava, right? My wife's Cava. So I said to her, I just want to put this in perspective, so you got it, right? Because I'm seeing things, either I'm seeing things other people ain't seeing, or people are just not getting the fact of how serious this is. So I said, let me put this in perspective for you. If we're going to do this, we're going to look after ourselves like they're telling us we got to. In my mind, I know to cover that length of time, and just to give you a glass of wine in the evening or whatever, we're going to need 50, minimum 50 bottles of Cava, because that's what you will easily go through over a period of 3 or 4 months, 50 bottles of Cava. And she looked at me and she's like, oh my goodness, you know, we can't afford to go out and buy 50 bottles of Cava, and even if we could, how bad would it look, and so on. And that's what I'm saying. You are going to need to get yourself extra provisions. You are going to need to stock up. Forget what they're saying about panic buying. It's not about panic buying. The panic has already been created, and there are 70 million people in this country that are thinking right now about self-isolating for a couple of weeks. No matter who you are, no matter what your job is, at the moment you are thinking right now that it might be you, and sooner than you think. It's not just a case of happening to everybody else right now. Now it can happen to the next door neighbour. Now it can happen to us, any one of you. So 70 million people are thinking about this, and millions of people are driving straight to the supermarket. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is sit and think logically about the kinds of things that you're going to need and use without panicking. You've only got so much money, so think about it. Don't just go and buy everything on the shelf. Think about what you eat and drink. There are certain things that we eat and drink. Doesn't matter whether there's going to be a virus or not. We still eat and drink the same things. I like whiskey. I drink whiskey or vodka. So I'll drink a whiskey and Coke, or a vodka and tonic water, or something like that. And Fran will drink Cava. So if I'm going to buy anything, I'm going to buy a few bottles of those here and there when I can and put them in, because I know that that's what we drink. And I'm going to work out, I probably drink a bottle of scotch, a litre bottle of scotch once a fortnight. So I'm, once a fortnight, there are 2 fortnights in a month, so that's 2, and there are 4 months I'm supposed to isolate for. So 2 times 4 is 8, so I'm going to need around about 8 or 10 litre bottles of scotch to last me 3-4 months. And I'm not going to be stupid enough to go out and try and buy 10 bottles of scotch in one go. Number one, I can't afford it. And number two, even if I could afford it, I wouldn't make myself look stupid. I'd go online and I'd buy 12 bottles of scotch and get it delivered. I'd get as much delivered as you can right now. Get everything delivered that you can get delivered right now. Don't panic buy. Don't panic buy everything that you can think of off the shelves. Think about the food that you eat. Think about the meat. Are you a meat eater? Are you a chicken eater? Get some of that for the freezer. You know, and again, you can buy fresh. You can buy fresh direct from the farms if you look on Google and look at where you live. I'm in Dorset. There are people in Dorset that do fresh meat because they'll send it chilled by next day delivery and things like that. So, you know, you can buy fresh off the farm, have it delivered to your house, put it in the freezer, and you haven't interfered in any way for that product with your local supermarket. I mean, imagine thinking about it yourself and you're thinking, well, okay, I eat chicken once every 2 or 3 days and I've got to self-isolate for 3 or 4 months. You know, I'm going to need 3 chicken breasts a week per person, and there's 4 weeks in a month, so that's 12, 4 months, I'm going to need 50 chicken breasts per person. So if you've got the room in your freezer, you've now identified what you're going to use over a period of time, and you want to make sure you got it in because you don't want to be in a position of going out and not having it available. What happens if you take the view that a friend of ours is taking, who's not going out and buying any extra, relying on the fact that the government will come through and the supply won't be interrupted? And I don't believe that. I believe it will be. So how greedy and stupid do you look when you go into the supermarket to buy 50 pieces of chicken breast, even if you did have the money? Well, if you go to one of the farms, you can buy it fresh, direct, and have it delivered. And you don't have to buy 50 pieces if you can, bit by bit. But what I'm saying is, start thinking about where you can buy your shopping. Think about the kind of shopping that you're buying. Go on eBay, go on Amazon. Don't pay over the odds, because there are going to be people taking it. I should imagine we lost quite a few people there. Sorry about that. Do us a favour, go and click the thumbs up. If you're watching, go and click the thumbs up. That'd be nice. Remember yesterday, showed you how to make a mask. You can make yourself a mask for easy peasy, for nothing. Look at that, look. Put that elastic bands over there. Free. You can make that with 2 elastic bands, a piece of kitchen roll and 2 staples. Look at yesterday's programme, all you 233 people. Look at yesterday's video and you'll see how to make that easy. 2 staples, 2 rubber bands and that. And a bit of shameless advertising for those 200 people that have never been on before. www.thegreatbritishcoinhunt.com. We need all your support. We've been trying to stay in business for quite some time. Now, not only are we fighting the Royal Mint and 288 group, we're also fighting a bloody virus. But we're still fighting. We ain't giving up. Fucking virus. We ain't giving up. We can keep going, we are. We're going to keep fighting, keep punching away, because we ain't going to go down. See, and you watch them all fold now, like House of Cards. There's going to be all sorts of businesses fold. I'll tell you one thing I want to know. Sorry about smacking the lips. I was supposed to go dentist today, get my teeth. They're bloody cancelled again. So, I forgot what I was going to talk about now. I was going to say something really profound and important. It was going to change your life, it was. And I forgot what I was talking about. It just went poof. Perhaps. Yeah. Come on. Hello, love.
Hello, love. Hello, puppy.
It's my Casper and my friend coming back. She just took him out for a walk. I've got a white Canadian Shepherd wolf. He's great. I might show you him in a minute. In fact, let's see let's see. Casper. Casper. Here he is. Hello. That's my boy. Thought he might like that. Look at that, we've been going for 31 minutes. Terminate stream, you can restart. I think I'm on it still. We're still going. It says I'm still live. Anyone give me a thumbs up? Am I just sitting here flapping my lips, or are there anybody watching? Give us a thumbs up. Let me know that you can see and hear me all right. Anybody out there watching, give us a thumbs up, either, you know, on the like thing or on the comment thing. And then I will log in and cut the virus stream. Then you can restart. Terminate stream, you can restart. Oh, I see. You've terminated the virus stream for a moment, and so this one then should be okay. So we should be okay. Be handy if I could see any comments. Can't see any. There we go. Anybody know anybody that's just lost their job? I just think this is a massive thing. 500,000 people in the last 48 hours is absolutely massive. I can see David and Nanny and so on, and some people there. Will, Chris, Soundwave Man. Yeah, this is true. You're supposed to sneeze into this side of your elbow. You know, and they're now saying touch elbows. Well, you can't get the elbow anywhere near your face. And there's one thing you can't do. You can't lick your elbow. And now I've told you that, 70% of you will try before the end of the day to see if you can lick your elbow, but you won't be able to lick it. Can hear and see you fine. Okay. Just we've got no one talking to us on the comments thing. I think either got ya. So we've terminated the other stream in order to stop this one getting interfered with. So yeah, so now, and we got, and what was the other thing I've been talking about? All the people are going to be like fish in a barrel. All the people that are in homes and prisons and camps and all that. And what's going to happen to all the people, the immigrants? Where are the immigrants going to go? Who's going to look after them? All the people camping on Calais and the people going from Turkey through to Greece. What's happening about those people? You know, if something ain't done over there pretty quickly, those people are going to end up in a crossfire, because Turkey ain't going to want to let them back in, and Greece ain't going to want them in. So what happens then? Is someone going to open fire on them? Where do they go? Do they take them out of there? What are they going to do with all these people? And all the camps that they're in, oh my goodness, they're just virus multiplication grounds, aren't they, waiting to happen? It will just go nuts as soon as it gets in somewhere like that. So there's so much stuff to worry about at the minute. So much stuff. What is it that any of you are short of? Have you all got your shopping? Have you all got enough to last you a few weeks? And what's your job? Because if you're working in the leisure industry, your job is automatically at risk, no matter what leisure industry it is. The only people that have got safety in their jobs are probably the managers, because they're going to still need the managers to look after the buildings and the premises while they're closed. Fran's had to close, so her business is now closed because her business involves meeting people, and the people that she sees for her business, because she's a therapist, psychotherapist, so the people that she sees those people come into contact with other people. So she's immediately had to close her practice and get in touch with everybody and offer people, you know, alternatives like email, telephone and video conferencing, not conferencing, but video calls in order to, instead of having one-to-one, you know. So whatever job you're in at the moment, thank you, my love, it's at risk. A bit subliminal. A bit subliminal to 240 people. The Great British Coin Hunt.com. So, all of you, if you're working, are at a bit of a risk. What kind of job do you do? What kind of jobs do we do? Let's talk about some of them jobs and wonder what's going to happen. How many of you are already off work? Or are some of you still going to work? Where are you on that? Because I think this is going to just, the whole line is going to go. So all your weddings are cancelled. If all the weddings are cancelled, how many cottage industries just associate with weddings? So all those people that have got orders in, for example, to make 100 pairs of cufflinks to give away to all the grooms, all those orders are going to be cancelled, but those manufacturers have already gone out and bought the product off people like me to make those products in order to put at the wedding. The wedding planners will go out of business. There'll be wedding cake makers, small ones that do it from home, that will go under because nobody will be buying their cakes. You've got all of the small micro beer and spirits industries now going to go under. Although one gin company come up with a creative idea, they've got the alcohol because they're making gin, so they've decided to make hand sanitizing stuff instead. That will at least keep their business going. And I should imagine the government will give them a bit of a contract. You can make hand sanitizer out of lemons, salt, a drop of white vinegar in a bottle, and it's apparently just as good as any kind of bottled one that you can get. It's like a disinfectant as well. So if you're struggling for that, just look that one up, look it up on Facebook. There's videos that help you do that. There's videos that show you how to make this. I did it yesterday, but you couldn't actually see me. Well, you could, but and all you're doing is folding it over, and you've got yourself an emergency mask, just in case you need it. Handy to do. So all the jobs that knock on from that. And then I'm also, you know, worried about deliveries. I mean, I'm saying at the moment, do your shopping by deliveries. But even that is going to get to a point where I imagine, will they let the delivery companies carry on working? Or will it just be a case of delivery companies are one of the few people that will be working for a little while? But for now, there's no slowing up on that. You know, none of the delivery companies have said we're not going to deliver anymore. So, you know, they'll be needed to keep the supply chain going. So for the moment, we need to order as much as we can online. Probably wondering why I ain't done no giveaways. Well, that's because we ain't got a butch, you know. But I will do a little giveaway. We will do a little giveaway just to sort of break up a little bit, you know what I mean? So let's get something for you, shall we? Yeah, so we'll give this away in a minute. I'll just give this away for free. I won't auction it or nothing. We'll just give this away for free. So it's a 1975 set, and you can see that it's all spanking, although You can see around the edge of that one, it's going a little bit, you've got a little bit of toning. But anyway, spanking on that side. Not quite spanking on that side. The copper coins have got a little bit of a round the edge, you can see it, bit of toning going on. But that is spanking. You know, they're good. So, absolutely spanking they are. So we'll just give this away as a little prize. Yeah. So we'll just give this away as a little prize. So what you've got to do, I'm going to write a number down. I'm going to write a number down between 1 and 20. And you write the number between 1 and 20 and just do one each. Right? And I'll go for the first one that it's the number I've written down. And then that person can win it. Right, so you've got one go each. Write a number between 1 and 20. Off you go. Don't have to write anything else, just write a number between 1 and 20. And we'll give that away to one of you. See if I can't see any comments coming up on this. Ain't seen any yet. Says there's 245 people watching, but I can't see a single comment. What's going on there? Isn't that a bit weird? Isn't it? Told ya. Glastonbury gone. I said that was going to get cancelled 3 weeks ago, didn't we? Wine, hardly a necessity. It is if you drink it. You know, beer's a necessity if you drink it. I don't drink a lot of beer, so it's not a necessity to me. I'll have a few cans in, whatever. I've got some Guinness and a couple of other bitses and bobsies. I don't drink a lot of beer. But I know people that do, and for them, it's important for them to have beer in the house, like it's important for me to have a bottle of scotch, or for Fran to have a couple of bottles of Carver. So obviously nobody wants this then. So there's 245 people watching, and everybody's away from the screen. You've all gone off to make a cup of tea or have a wee, because none of you are making a comment. Look at that. I can't see a single comment. The last comment I've got, I reckon there's something wrong, because some of you must be making comments going, Ian, we're making comments. Can't you see this? I can see David SCCUK saying, be right back. Yeah, I've got Lorna texting me going, Ian, there are comments. Not that I'm seeing. I'm going to show you. Oh, how can I show you? Oh, I know. Ian, there are comments. Yeah, I can't see a single one. But I'm going to, I can't even show you. No. Casper, get out of there. You naughty boy. Put your nose in there. What's going on? Oh, how cool. Well, like I say, I've got, if you go up, if you know where, so if you go up to the one where you've got, for example, Nanny Sue says wine, ... hardly a necessity. I then have 1, 2, 3 comments after that, which is the last comment being Chris Dyer says channel of the week is Lorna Jones. That's the third comment underneath Nanny, and that's where it stops. Whereas I've got Lorna texting me like mad here, going, look, there's all these comments. So anyway, so the number was number 2. and I have no idea who got number 2. So Lorna will text me and tell me who won number who's got number 2, and that person can win, and they can have that little set. A nice little worthwhile giveaway, just to sort of break up the show a little bit, being as we can't do the points giveaways. And the auction. So would that be Aaron Sacamando? Would that be? Yes. Okay, cool. Well done, Aaron. So maybe then I can open the, you know, because I find it difficult. I don't find it difficult to talk, because as you know, I can digress like I don't know what. But I do find it difficult to keep going sometimes about a bit of subject, because I forget what I've said. I don't want to say the same thing again. And I've got no comments here. So how about chucking up a few comments? Like I said before, what does everybody do? What do you do for a living? You know, has anybody been fired? And then maybe, Lorna, if you won't mind, my sweetheart, doing what you just did. And like when you see a bunch of comments come up, photograph it and put it in there. And I can at least have a bit of feedback and talk to you that way, people. If you see what I mean. Sort of see what people are doing out there. I'm just going to put this over for posting. That needs to go in a bubble. I can honestly say I've never seen anything like this on any of our things before, having so many people on. And I don't know what's going on lately, but the number of friend requests that are coming through is staggering. And for those people, Ailey, for those people like you, do you want another category to add to it? What I've started doing now is I've only started sharing on groups. I've got a couple of other accounts and I'm starting to share on groups, just like 10 at a time, that kind of thing, and then going back and doing it again later, like Chris said, I think it was in the group. So if anybody wants to change categories or change it up a bit or add some more or whatever, let me know in there. Talk to me in there. So what was the question I asked? Oh yeah, so who is doing what? Who's doing what? Has anybody lost their job yet? Has anybody actually know somebody that's just lost their job? How has it affected us as a little community yet? You know, coin collecting people. Okay, so store assistant. Aaron's a store assistant. That's going to be awkward. Whereabouts are you working, Aaron? Have they said anything to you yet? Have they put you on notice or anything? Because I suppose, you see, if you're in Boots or a pharmacy, I would imagine your job is going to be a little bit more secure, for example, than if you were, say, in a clothes shop. Because if the clothes shop closes, I imagine everybody but the manager will be let go. So I suppose it depends on what people do. Not wanting to put a fear of God into people, but you know. And this is where I think other businesses like mine start to have a problem, because if you get if Ian Rossiter is a parts manager, vehicles, Oh, well done, Chris. Chris just hit 1,000 subscribers. Nice one. Well done, Chris. Whatever he's doing, it's working. Cool, isn't it just? So yeah, you've got these kinds of roles. You know, parts manager. Um, a job as a parts manager is going to be more secure than just the people that are, shall we say, doing the picking. And who wants to think about spending money on coins right now? You know, if you take someone like Aaron, this is how it's going to affect everybody, right down to our level, right down to the street where you live. Is you take somebody like Aaron, who is a store assistant. Now that job, up until 3 weeks ago, is reasonably secure. Now, absolutely not secure, because now it all depends on what kind of store it is and the decision made by the bosses. Absolutely nothing to do with Aaron on where that goes. So the last thing on his mind has got to be, oh, I want to spend 50 quid on coins. I want to buy the latest coin. I don't know where my money's going to come from next month, but the one thing I do want to do is buy the latest coin. I know to a degree when you collect something, you do think a bit like that. It's like you'll go without things in order to have the latest one, but coins are not going to stop coming out. They're going to keep coming out and keep coming out and keep coming out. And you ain't going to have the money for them, all of you. You know. Pardon me. A card shop. See, now there's two ways of looking at a card shop, right? The card shops right now need to be getting all the get well cards out that they can find. Anything, thinking of you cards, just thinking of you, get well card, that kind of interaction card is what the card shops need to be focusing on and putting in the window. Forget the birthday cards, forget the wedding cards, forget the Valentine cards and all the rest of it. Mother's Day cards, yes, but thinking of you and hope you get better soon and all that kind of stuff is what they need to be focusing on, because it's the only kind of cards that people are going to start buying. And the reason for that is because if you're cancelling a wedding and cancelling a birthday party and all the rest of it, then a lot of people are going to buy less cards. They're just going to send birthday wishes on Facebook. But when they turn up at a party, it's almost bad form, isn't it, to turn up without a card, so you've got to buy a card. Whereas if you ain't going, if you ain't meeting them, it's going to be done online. So the card shops need to switch really quickly on their focus of what they sell and how they sell it. That's how I see it's going to affect just everybody. Followed by, can't see all of that, currently sitting in hospital having my chemo. Judith felt I got blocked. Sorry to hear that, John. 12 weeks isolation. 12, how do you tell somebody 12 weeks isolation, but don't go out and panic buy? Don't go out and buy the provisions that you need, but we want you to stay at home for 12 weeks. And then how do you make provision for all of those people, and it's got to be a couple of million people, right, that you're going to make stay at home? How do you make provision to them to have weak milk every day? Those of you that haven't thought about it, stuff like UHT milk. UHT milk comes in a carton. It tastes disgusting when you first have it, but once you've had it a few times in your tea and you've had it a few times on your cereal, you soon get used to it really quickly. It's one of them kind of milks, and a bit like sterilised, and you'll get used to it very quickly. But get hold of some, get online and get a few big boxes of it. You know, they come in a carton, a litre of it, and you want to get a tray of it. 12 or 24 in a tray, and get a couple of trays. Get it delivered. It's something you can put in a shed. You don't need to give it covered room. Just needs to be in a cool area. It doesn't need to be in a fridge because it's UHT and they have it on the shelves. So, you know, and if you've got nowhere else to put it in a garden underneath a box. Put it in a box in a garden, anything. But get yourself some UHT milk, because if anything goes wrong with the milk, you're all going to need the milk. And people like John, mate, you need to be doing as much online shopping as you can right now. That's what I mean, see? That's why I'm not even bothering with the coins, talking about coins. What's the point? What is the point in me trying to sell you a coin? None. None whatsoever. John, the last thing on his mind right now is, oh, yeah, I want to buy some coins. On his mind right now, 12 weeks isolation. What am I going to need? How depressing is that? Food, drink, stuff I've got. Oh, I want to buy some coins. I don't think so. Judith, was that you getting blocked off someone sending love out my bucket for you, John? Is that you got blocked on Facebook, Judith? Or anything like that? We have to be really careful. Those in the VIP group, we just have to calm it down a bit. I know that this works now. Absolutely know it works. We've just got to organise a bit better. We've got to get that team a bit tighter. Right? So you've got to talk to me on that group. We've got to talk to each other, get that right. So I'm hoping everybody, obviously, does okay, and I'm hoping all of you, you know, manage to get through this. And we'll have our shows back to normal probably tomorrow with Butch. I still ain't got any comments showing up on there. This is where I would cut in and have an advert because I badly need to go and visit the little boys' room. Those of you that are watching that haven't given it a thumbs up, if you wouldn't mind, I would be ever so grateful. Give it a thumbs up. Hello, Caspers. Come see me, have you? Come see me. Oh, come see me. Come see your dad. Good boy. Say hello. Stardom's not his thing. I should imagine that we will be seeing things like territorial army out on the streets reasonably soon. It's been a suggestion for Logan to do a song and a dance. Yeah, he's not going for that. Over in America, you know, you've got drive-through testing stations, free drive-through testing stations are already set up. And on the streets over there, Judith says hello, Casper. He says hello back. They've already got people outside busy city centre places just offering free testing. Just standing there offering free testing. And of course we ain't got any of that over here. Not yet. So these are things that other people are doing. To Italy is saying to everybody, stay a metre apart. So another piece of advice is to literally stay at least a metre apart from everybody, even when you go queuing up and go places. Bit difficult when you're in John's position because you're, you know, waiting rooms and stuff at an hospital. Bit difficult. A bus, a train, you can't stay a metre apart from people. But you're going to have to do your best. You're going to have to start thinking of it. If you ain't been having this drummed into your head already, then let Uncle Ian get it in your head. It's serious stuff. I don't want you at all, Siri. Don't know why you came on. So, what else are we going to talk about? What else have I not mentioned? And that's all doom and gloom. A lot of people ain't going to die. A lot of people are going to be all right. Don't know who that's going to be, do we? You know, a lot of people are going to not make it. Oh, I see. As I was doing more than one number. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I know. It's a bit difficult sometimes because Ian keeps changing the rules on what to do and what not to do. And I couldn't think of what to do then. Sorry, Judith. There's a kiss from Casper though. Oh, Casper's photographs. I promised Lorna I would have them done by last week, by the weekend. On it. Casper. Photos. We'll get Casper to be a model. Army being mobilised, lockdown soon, yeah. Yeah, that's going to be, you know, it won't be long before we see one on the outside supermarkets. I would imagine when they do get around to sending people out to do free testing, they'll probably send them to supermarkets and places like that. It would be the sensible choice, and busy town centre locations, garages, forecourts, you know, anywhere where people go, it would make sense. And there, I would imagine it would make sense to have an army personnel station with them, because we've got more army and territorial army than we've got police. So the army will take over all non-essential police work, helping the police in that area, so that the police can carry on with the police work, I imagine. That's what the setup should be. They're certainly getting, they're certainly being selective over what they tell us, but then again, that's their job. So on the one hand, we all get very angry because the government doesn't tell us the truth, but on the other hand, that's their job, isn't it? You can't tell people the truth. You know, if you've watched enough films and dramas, they all play out the same thing. You can't tell people the truth, because if you tell people the truth, you create mass panic. So in order to not create mass panic, you can't tell them the truth. But sometimes, by not telling them the truth, you actually inadvertently create mass panic, which is what's starting to happen now. And I certainly hope they get a handle on that before people start hurting each other. The other day, there's a nurse on her way home, and she got physically and verbally abused by a white guy and his white wife. And she was a Oriental, Asian-looking woman on her way to work. They didn't know where she worked. She's a nurse, and on her way to work as a nurse, helping people in the department that has a coronavirus, you know, the breathing difficulties and all that kind of stuff. And these people are racially abusing her. You know, that's what's going to happen. You're going to have people that pick on other people, going to blame them. It's your fault. It's your fault. Punch-ups in the street and all of that. I certainly hope that they get enough people on the streets to prevent that happening. Because it's a very thin line between panic and, you know, breakdown of society and all that kind of stuff. So of course we all hope that they get a lid on it and they get an handle on it very quickly. There's only ever 3 days supply of food and anything in the shops, in the supermarkets. So when people go in and buy an extra week shopping, boom, it's all empty. And they have to get the deliveries moving again, which they're all working on in the background. Got a message from John. Hello John, I can't play it. Not unless you want me to play it, but I won't play it while I'm on live. Hello Tina Q. Nice to see you, Tina. Nice for dropping in. Thanks for coming in and saying hello. What do you do? Are you a stay-at-home person, or are you somebody that is employed? What sector are you in? What do you deal with? Any other new people want to say hello? Introduce yourself. Predominantly we're coin channel, we're all about coins, but for the moment we're all about just staying in business, whatever that takes. Did we sell one of them, by the way, Logan, them daft things? No, we didn't sell one. But I bet we do though. I bet we do. If you can sell pens that don't work, you can sell them. But you see, that's not to be laughed at, because that's free, right? So it's not to be laughed at. However, and I'll tell you why it's not to be laughed at. It's not to be laughed at because some of you watching this video now or later, some of you have got your own little cottage industry at home. Some of you make stuff at home. Some of you are good enough to be able to make something with your hands, like sewing or using a sewing machine or knitting, whatever. Do you know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Me, I'm useless. No good with my hands. It's all up here. Hands, no good. But if a person, if you make clothes, if you do anything to do with sewing or whatever, you could actually think about this and think about masks that you could make. People are already doing it. And you could make your own mask. You can make custom masks for people. And all you need to do is sew in a filter of some description. Sew in a filter to the mask and you can make masks, you know, Batman, whatever. All that kind of stuff. So if you're into doing cottage industry stuff or making stuff and you're any good with your hands, think about what people are going to want, supply and demand. The demand for the supply is going through the roof and there ain't enough people making the supply in order to suit the demand. So anybody that can think of doing anything in the coronavirus related sphere might be able to keep themselves going, might be able to keep themselves earning a few quid until it all blows over and you can get back to normal. I missed the bit that said I had a dream. Somebody texted me, and thank you, Angela. Ian, I had a dream the other night that your lunch with Ian, but I didn't see the bit that said I had a dream, and I just saw the bit that said the other night that your lunch with Ian stream was bought by Channel 4, and your daily 2-hour stream was airing on TV. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? So, Tina Q, so you're retired and in Las Vegas. I've been to Las Vegas. I remember coming into Las Vegas. I was doing a trip around America and I was doing all 51 states in 90 days. But I only actually got to 50 of them. I didn't do Hawaii. And when I got to Las Vegas, I had something like $80 in my pocket. Didn't have hardly anything left. It was two of us. And I remember we stand there having a cigarette, and the security bloke over there, he was security, he was dressed like a sheriff, and he said, if you're smoking, smoke over there. And we ignored him, and we're standing there, smoking away. And he came walking over to us, stood right in front of us, right up close like that he was, with his hand on his gun. He said, I've told you once, I ain't going to tell you again. With that, we moved over there. So, and we're wondering where we're going to go. We had no money, and there was a guy that I was trying to raise money for cancer at the time, and there was this guy that was running a hostel just off the Vegas main strip, and he'd had cancer. He opened his shirt, showed me scars everywhere he'd got, and he gave us free accommodation there for nearly a week. It was great, about 4 days. So we got off the bus at 11:30 at night, and I am stinking. I haven't had a wash in 3 days or whatever. Been on this bus a long time. Only been able to have face washes and, you know, in restrooms and places like that. And no money, starving, hungry. Don't know what we're going to do. And it was like 40 minutes later, you know, 12:15, something like that. I'm then laying there in a jacuzzi, warm. You know, past midnight, looking up at the stars, beautiful clear night. 3/4 of an hour ago, I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know where we was going to sleep. Didn't know nothing. And 3/4 of an hour later, there we are in a jacuzzi, under the stars. So yeah, that was mental. That was Las Vegas. Was we didn't see that much of Las Vegas, but we were there for about 4 days. Tried to see, but it's massive, absolutely massive. And everywhere you go in a certain radius, it's all free food. So if you go in there, they keep chucking little snacks and things at you. So I shouldn't think anybody. I wonder if anybody goes hungry down there. So that's my little thing on Las Vegas. So nice for you to join us. Where did you hear about us from?
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Love you lots. Where did you hear about us from, Tina Q? How did you find us? Did you just sort of scroll around YouTube, or did you find us on Facebook? Or always interested to find out how new people come across us, which is great. I hope your dream comes true, Angela. Wouldn't that be great? Isn't that right? Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, so where did you? I still ain't got no comments coming up on my screen. Isn't that strange? They all came up when I first came on the stream. Comments flew in, and then all of a sudden they stopped coming. How strange. Just came across the channel. Okay. Just always good to know how people join us. Please bookmark the channel, Tina, and come back. And if you want to join in with any of the giveaways and the competitions, you're retired, so you might want to join in with some of these competitions. Go and have a look at the videos that they give you the links to that explain the competitions, free. And but all you need to do is be a customer, so that we've got your records on our website, which is www.thegreatbritishcoinhunt.com. Easy to remember, thegreatbritishcoinhunt.com. So you go on there and join. You can use a voucher code FIVER, that's FIVER. You can use that and it will give you £5 off at checkout. So you can go and buy something, get yourself registered, only pay the postage, and then you can, once you're registered, you've got an account, and if you've got an account, then we can put points in that account, which you can then transfer for vouchers and buy stuff for free. See? So worth doing. So anybody that's not entered our competitions or wants to, or is going to be joining us more regularly, get over and join us on the Great British Coin Hunt. Make sure you're registered on a site, get yourself something, go and buy something. You can have it for free using the voucher code FIVER. Okay? FIVER, capital FIVER. That's simple. And come on again and join us and come and say hello another day. How strange that we've got 240 people watching, but we can only get 20 thumbs ups. That's really weird. Wonder where are you, all you people? Why aren't you saying hello? Why aren't you joining in? You don't know me yet. You don't know us yet, but you go. Say hello. Let me know where you're from. I'm interested where people are from. How are you finding the coronavirus in the town where you are, Tina Q? I was saying earlier on, I don't know if you heard me, when I was saying earlier on, Butch, who lives in Arizona, he was, he's on with us normally at this time, but he's probably overslept this morning. Because this is like 4 o'clock in the morning for you, isn't it? 5 o'clock in the morning for you, Vegas. Yeah, you'd be on a similar time to Arizona, wouldn't you? So this has got to be about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning for you, I would think. But anyway, he was saying that somebody went into a nursing home, infected their mum in the nursing home because they had the virus, and it ended up killing 15 people in the nursing home, and then within a week killed another 15. 30 people in one place, boom, gone. Just from a quick visit. We got 21 thumbs ups and we got 7 thumbs downs. How interesting. How very, very interesting. 5:25 where Tina is. Wow. Yeah, up past 5 in the morning. So you must either be an early riser or a really late goer to bedder, or you've probably not had a brilliant night yourself and maybe had your sleep interrupted, got up and decided to have a little trawl round the YouTube and come across us. Would that be a fair assumption? And if that's the case, well, whatever's going on, I hope you start feeling better. Hi Ian, we are willing to tailor fit a payment plan that suits your budget. Okay, that's handy. Don't know who that is, but it's handy. Oh. See, I need a Jimmy, but I need someone to take over, and there ain't no one to take over. Try and take mind off it. Take mind off it. Take mind off it. What are you going to do, man? So we've got. Where is everybody? So let's just. Don't know what that means. Just go. Don't know what that means. So where is everybody in the country? Where are you all? I know where a couple of you are, not many. Oh, I see. Yeah, I am going to just go as it happens to the loo. So while I'm gone, just type in where you are, where you live. So I know Tina Q lives in Las Vegas. That's in Nevada. So where else does everybody live? And then maybe Lorna, you could send me the photograph, screenshot it, and see if you can get the views going up whilst you're watching a blank screen. Whoa, bit chilly now. Right then, we're back. What we got? So we've got South Wales, Scotland, but Wales at the Mint. Judith, are you at the Mint? Have you gone down to have a look at the Mint? Because one of my questions was going to be, have the Royal Mint Experience Shop closed the tours and the strike your owns, because you're putting, because that's more than 10 people. So that, even that should be affected now. I would imagine that the Royal Mint Experience tours will close. Chris is in Somerset, Simon's in Birmingham, Southminster. And how are you finding the shopping? Oh, at the minute. All I see is MIN. So I thought, oh, that's at the Mint. I see. Oh, interesting that is. Interesting. And is everybody not having problems? I'm assuming you're all managing to get your shopping. Are you managing to get your shopping okay, or any of you having problems getting your shopping? You know, are they keeping on top of things? They're closed, yeah. So there's all sorts of things like that going to be closed, aren't there? I was just thinking, oops the daisies, I was just thinking, we'll have a little giveaway. I was thinking we'll have a little giveaway. So, would anybody like, okay, a couple of these. So, here we go. I'm going to write down a number, right? And so Sainsbury's packed this morning and over half the shelves empty. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to name a product. I want you to write a number and name a product. So I want you to write a number, one go, just one guess each. I want you to write a number between 1 and 20, and when you write that number, I want you to write an item that you can't get hold of. So is there anything that you can't get hold of? Like, have you gone to buy toilet rolls and you can't get any? Have you gone to buy hand soap and can't get any? And if you've had no problems getting hold of any shopping, then write your number and put nothing, because you've had no problems. But if you have had a problem getting something, what is the product that you've had a problem getting? Is it whiskey? Is it carver? Is it soap? You know. So, and I've written the number down here on the other side of this, and I'll show it to you in a bit. One guess each. And then, is that an inconvenience to you to photograph it like that and show me? Or just tell me when everybody's done it, and then I'll show it, and then you can tell me who wins, because I won't know. Oh, the prize. Yeah, you don't even know what the prize is yet. So obviously I only do this if you want the prize. So the prize is one of these postcards. It's an old collectible postcard. So it's got 12p on it. So you would have bought that as a postcard. Somebody did write on it, and you would have bought that as a postcard and sent it, and it's already stamped. It's got a stamp on it. And this one's got a 29p stamp on it. Somebody went and creased it down the middle. And this one is for the Royal Air Force Lord Trenchard, reproduced from a stamp design by Brian Sanders, issued by the Post Office 16th September 1986, 14p. So that was the original price of the stamp, 14p, you see, but it's 29p on there. So you would have bought this, used it as a postcard, and that is also the stamp. See, but people collect postcards. So, write a number and a product, one go each. And this one was originally from a stamp on the 4th of August 1980 at 8.5p originally. So they reproduced the design. But that is the stamp. What's a man gotta do? 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 So there you go. So if you want that, write that. And if you don't want that, don't bother. And we'll give those away to somebody. Just a little giveaway. Just a little, you know, if you collect postcards, great. And if you've never collected postcards and you think, oh, if I win, I might even give that a little go. There you go. 2 postcards. Show the number and I will find you winner. All done. There we go. Number 12. I just put a 1 in front of the 2. So who had number 12? Who's the first person who had number 12? And then now can I maybe have a look at what some of the items were. What's a man got to do? What's a man got to do? That's all I know about the song. So I had to say to Alexa, I call Alexa and go, Alexa, play What's a Man Got to Do? And it played it. Brilliant. Yeah. Jonas Brothers. What's a man got to do? What's a man got to do? To get a fair deal by you. I might do that for Royal Mint. What's a man got to do? What's a man got to do? To get a fair deal from you. No one pick another number. You mean no one pick number 12? Okay. So then we'll turn it around and we'll put it, go the other side and we'll go 21. Oh, can't. I've said 1 at 20. Okay. Let's go for my mum's birthday number. No, I can't remember. We'll go for Fran's birthday, 19. 19. Who had number 19? I can't see, so it doesn't matter. I'm playing around with the numbers. I'm yours. Oh, to get on X Factor at 9. Keep saying that. Oh, to get an X Factor. Number 13. Who had number 13? Can't believe I picked 2 numbers and nobody picked the number. Locked up by you. What's a man got to do? What's a man got to do? See, maybe the voice. Maybe I'll be better off on the voice. What's a man got to do? Locked up by you. What's a man got to do? What's a man got to do? What do you think? X Factor or the voice? Can't quite make up my mind, to be honest. I mean, I was going to go for Pop Idol, but I thought, well, Pop Idol's a bit young. Do you know what I mean? I'm 56, so I was thinking more X Factor, voice. What's a man got to do? What's a man got to do? See? What do you think? What's a man got to pray? What's a man got to do? I love this record. I play it over and over and over again. Better turn it down though, Alexa. Turn it down. Alexa. 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 Alexa, turn it down. I should pay attention. Don't pay attention, do they? So did you like that? There was a few people went in for that one. Do you like that idea? Well, I've got all these names coming at me. What's going on? Pick again, nobody, Steve B. Pop first, beans. What's pop first and beans mean? Pop. Oh, Pop Idol. You think I should go on Pop Idol? So, if you send me money right now through Super Chat, I'll stop singing. Otherwise, I might give you a rendition of It's Raining Men. I'm good at that one. Look at that, I've managed to keep going for an hour and 40 minutes nearly. Amazing. 238 people. There's something wrong there. There has to be something wrong there. I reckon there's some kind of glitch gone on, or they're left over from those watchers from the other night. Popcoin 13. Beans, first one to say 13. I've no understood. Popcoin 13. Beans, first one to say 13. I don't know what that even means. I put one. Did I get it wrong? I made Stevie B the winner. Was that wrong? Did I make the wrong person the winner? I got Stevie B, which is that one. Oh, got ya. What a div. Thank you, Logan. I love you, I do. So, oh, you can't see it. No to 288. Yeah, I've now fell in what that is. Popcorn was the one who said 13, and the product that he was having difficulty, yeah, was beans. It's because you put in the first message, pop first, and then you put in another message, beans. And I was thinking of bean, which we've got someone with a similar name as one of our customers, haven't we? Yes, got it. So, we got it right with the right person. The core. Talk about messing something up, messing it all up. No to 288. If you want to get one of these, www.teespring.com/no288, and you can get a no to 288 mug. Can't they, Ian? Just a bit of subliminal. I am getting old. Somebody just texted me to let me know I'm getting old. I am getting old. Too old for all this. That's what I tell him, all the stress Logan puts me through. I say to him, I'm too old for all this, Logan. Young man's game, all this stress. But he just laughs at me, as usual. So, Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So give me a number between 1 and 20.
25.
But move your lips. Don't say it out loud.
Oh, I'll just show you.
Okay.
Do you know what that number
Yeah.
is?
Okay. So write a number. I can't believe there was 2 numbers and nobody got it. So write a number between 1 and 20 if you want to win another couple of these. So hang on, look, this is what we got. I'll show you first, eh? Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse. 43p one. Stingray. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Stingray. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Remember that? With Aquamarina. She was a dolly bird, Aquamarina. I fancied her rotten when I was a kid. It's only a puppet. Anyway, how about a pair of those? Right, so write a number between 1 and 20, and you can write it as many times as you like, and I'm going to text them the number that Logan says, and then I'll show it to you in a minute, and then they'll tell you which person wins it. And this way we'll make sure that someone gets the number, because you can write it over and over. Right? So do that if you'd like to have that. Itchy nose. You can have as many as you like, go on. Because let's just make sure we get it. And then I will send them the number. And there we go. We've just had the penguin sets delivered, so we've got a few more penguin sets. There are a couple available. If you're going to use points on them, that's okay, but we're just asking people, please don't go by set after set after set after set, because that will hurt. You know, I only got 100 sets and I got them on credit because I haven't got the money. So, you know, if I just gave the whole lot away for points, then all I've done is got credit on. Do you see what I'm saying? So go easy on them, please. We could do with some cash sales. So if you know, yes, you can use your points, but please don't go multiple, buying them with your points and clearing them out. Okay, so if you would like those two postcards. Did we get a winner? No to 288. What's a man gotta do? Ellie Elf. That sounds like a new customer. So what you're going to have to do is make sure you're going to have to text me, so because I need to know who you are. Have you joined up on the site? www.greatbritishcoinhunt.com. So Chris will put you a link up. If you haven't already, go over there and join. You need to be a member of our site to get to win the prizes, because I have to physically send them to you, and I can't send them to you if I haven't got your details. So anybody watching, if we haven't got your details, get over there, get on the site, join up, use the voucher code 5, get something for free, and then you're a customer. Buy something for more than a £5, add a couple of bob to it, and then you're a customer. So have we got any feedback from Ellie? What I'll do is, if you've got okay. So what you've got to do, Ellie, is you've got to go over to the Great British Coin Hunt, you've got to sign up there and you've got to join, and then when you've joined, you will get my phone number and then you can send me a text. Meanwhile, so go and sort that out and send me a text. Meanwhile, Judith will get the postcards, and Ellie, if you make sure you text me today, I'll still give you a set of postcards. Right, so you've got even more reason to go and get over and sign up today, because I'll let you have them. If it had been a bigger prize, I wouldn't let you have it, but because it's a small giveaway, if you go and join up, I say to people, you've got to join up first, don't join up after you've won, but as it's a small prize, I'll let you have it. But text me, go and join up to the site and then text me. Meanwhile, Judith, as Judith is a customer, they'll be for you, Judith. I hope you like those. And then I think what I'm going to do is call it a day there. Only because, you're welcome, Judith. Only because it's 10 to 1. And ordinarily we would hang on for the last 10 minutes and do the points and the draws and that kind of thing, and we're not doing that today, obviously. So when Butch comes back, I will add extra points to whatever the draws are. Okay, in the meantime, thanks very much everybody for joining us. Thanks for tuning in, it's amazing. We had over 200 people watching us for nearly 2 hours. Thank you to all you bandits that have come in and joined us, that are always there. Thank you very much, and thank you everybody for joining, and tune in again and come and see us again. We're on Facebook, facebook.com, The Great British Coin Hunt, www.thegreatbritishcoinhunt, and we've got the YouTube, and we've got the 24-hour coronavirus, coronavirus.tv, coronavirusupdate.tv. We'll give you 24-hour updates on the coronavirus. Thanks very much. Look at that, they're all dropping off like flies. Thanks very much, and it's been great. thanks for sticking with us, and thanks for giving me a mind-blowing day. Bye bye.